What's up, everybody? I think this is going to be a very, very impactful video. I might be wrong. So the last video that I posted was basically me explaining my positive attributes of the inability to give up, so on and so forth. You saw it. This gets creepy now. I'm sure you all have Facebook, and Facebook does this like time hop thing where it's like, this is what you posted 4 years ago, this is what you posted 5 years ago, whatever. Literally the next day after I made that video, I woke up, I logged into Facebook, and I kind of scrolling through just to see what was going on. And it said, this was your post from June 1st, 2011. Roughly about a year before I met the narcissist. This is where it gets creepy. It said, this is what I posted, there is nothing you can achieve without a patience and the inability to give up. Now, if that ain't some fucking creepy ass shit, I don't know what it is, because literally the next day, I was saying the same thing that I did before I met the narcissist. Now, yeah, call that farcical or whatever the fuck you want to call it, but to me, that means that my mind is starting to get back to where it was before the narcissist, which is awesome. So on that note, I want to make a video of 6 months in, no contact, 2 or 3 months into leaving the narcissistic forums. What's changed? What's changed? A lot. So I just start off with the basics. Hobbies are returning. You know, before I met the narcissist, I was really big into video games. I love video games. Yeah, I even made my own maps. To some of y'all that won't make sense, but I literally designed 3D maps of video games just for shits and giggles. I played them a lot at night when I was bored just because I enjoyed them so much. That's returning. I find myself now researching video games on the internet, just seeing what new games are out there, like, and I'm planning to buy more, and like, I see games, I'm like, I want to play that. That's been gone for 4 years, guys. I used to have a huge hobby in guns. I find myself now, at 12:31 at night, before I go to bed, I'm watching videos about guns. I'm like, cool, that's a fucking cool gun. Like, maybe I can build one of those. Maybe I can buy one of those. Cars as well. That hobby was null and void around the narcissist. It's been a hobby my whole life. And I don't mean cars in general, but like racing and autocross and sort of shit like that. It's returning now. Actually, this weekend I'm going to an autocross event. Would have never happened around the narcissist. I I mean, this list is actually kind of endless. I used to have a million hobbies, and all of them were dashed by the narcissist, or unaccepted by the narcissist. I used to be super into like sci-fi and ancient cultures. Again, I find myself at night before I go to bed, I'm watching videos on YouTube about sci-fi. Videos on YouTube about ancient Egypt, ancient Greece, ancient Mesopotamia, you name it. That's the kind of I'm like actually getting back to things that I care about. Along with that too, I've always been very intrigued by mechanical things, so I'm watching just random ass videos on YouTube of guys building stuff because I like the mechanics of it. Just like night and day difference. So that's kind of with the hobbies. The self-esteem is completely different now. I mean, I'm still a little bit struggling with that, but I mean, I have to say it's black and white difference between 6 months ago and now. Uh, Unquestionable about that. Um, Another aspect is I'm starting to care for myself again. Um, I'm taking care of myself daily rather than like maybe once a week or maybe once every 2 weeks. While you were out the narcissist, you couldn't do that, or you didn't have the energy to do that. Now it's not so much of a problem. It is pretty much just a normal thing again. The simple things like showering and brushing your teeth. All that. I've mentioned all this before. Um, the opposite sex attention has become, yeah, I mean, I can't even begin to explain it. Like, just completely different. Completely different. Completely different. Like, now it's just, I'm just there and it happens. I don't have, there's not this like animosity, or I don't know how to explain it, but I'm actually feeling like I'm valued again. And that's just me being myself. I'm not even trying. It's just me being myself. Um, let's see, financial has changed completely. Now when I make money, I'm planning ahead. I'm going, all right, I'm gonna spend this on this and this and this, and I'm not just blowing it on the fucking narcissist whims and needs and whatever they want to go fuck off with. I'm actually becoming financially stable again. Um, and social life completely different. Again, it's just completely different. Um, just today, I had several jobs, and everywhere I went, people were smiling, laughing, conversating. All my neighbors are talking. Everybody is waving. Everybody was, happy to see me. Everybody, just such a different atmosphere. When the narcissist is around, I promise you, none of that happened. It was more like a just immediate exchange, if it even happened to begin with. The neighbors weren't waving. The neighbors weren't stopping by to talk. Friends weren't coming over for a beer. I mean, like, literally everything with the social atmosphere has been a 180. All this has been a 180. Um, it's it's just so dumbfounding to me. Like it's crazy. But I guess boo, boo. Hey, she looks so evil. But really, so the point of this video is not to brag or boast again, as I always say, and I've already mentioned all this stuff in passing. But I just really noticed it today, and maybe it was sparked off by that post from like 5 years ago, where I was like, wow, I'm actually back to who I was before this began. And I feel that in my hobbies, in my social life, in my romantic sexuality. My sexuality has returned. I mean, for years I haven't even wanted to even touch a woman, and now I can actually enjoy the female figure again, which is new as well. Um, so the point being here, and what I want to get across to you is, all these videos about no contact. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of them, and they tell you why you should do it, and blah 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 blah. You fucking name it, they say it. What I'm trying to do here for you is give you actually hope, give you, well, what you are going to gain from no contact. So for me, with the no contact, specifically the no contact, it's been about 6 months, and all these things are coming back. I'm interested in my hobbies again. I'm sexual again. I'm like social again. I can focus again. I mean, everything about me that I used to be is coming back. On the other side note about this that I mentioned earlier is leaving the narcissistic forums. At some point, you got to do this, guys. You cannot stay stuck in that shit. Go there when you first get discarded and you're wondering what the hell is going on. Go there. You know, get your validation, get your approval. Understand that you're not alone. Don't be alone during all this. But at some point, you have to let go. You cannot stay on those forums. You cannot stay on those social groups forever. It will drag you down. It will hinder you from even just doing anything for yourself. They're much like a narcissist in the fact that they're so consuming and so overwhelming. I mean, I remember in like January, February, I was on there and they were just completely good points. Nobody bad on there, but just so overwhelming that like it would consume my whole day just on the forum. I couldn't even begin to concentrate on myself and do things that were healthy for me. Um, so what I want you to see here, again, I've said that like 8 times this video. Whatever. No contact. What you can expect within 6 months, I mean, maybe I'm moving a little bit faster, but whatever. I'll just go ahead and generalize. 6 months in, your hobbies are going to return, your social life is going to return, your sexuality is going to return, uh, your happiness is going to return. The biggest thing that I haven't even mentioned yet, hope returns. You actually are hopeful for the future rather than dreading the future. Etc., etc., etc. That list goes on and on and on. I literally feel like I'm back to the person I used to be for the most part. I mean, not completely, but for the most part. Um, and the second point being here is, guys, at some point you have to let go of these forums. You have to let go of these community chats. You have to let go of these videos. You know, um, it's not healthy. It keeps you tied. It keeps you anchored to this abuse. At some point, you have to cut the cord and be like, you know what, that's enough. I've learned everything I can. Let me go back to living my life again. If you stay on these fucking group communities forever, dude, you're stuck. You're fucking done. You're fucking done. I'll put it this way. If I was still in those group communities and on all those videos and all that shit, um, at 1 a.m. at night, I'd be watching those. Not watching videos about ancient archaeology. Not watching videos about, guys making new cool little mechanisms. Not watching videos about, philosophy or Buddhism or anything like that. Nothing that I enjoy. I'd be sitting there and just fucking basically horse blinders. If you're on these fucking things so much, you're in horse blinders. You're all focused on this one damn thing. And that's the exact problem that you had when you were with the narcissist. You were focused on one fucking thing and you couldn't see everything else. Learn what you need to learn. For sure. There's no doubt about it. But let go at some point. At some point you have to just be like, you know what? I've learned everything I can. I don't need to be a part of this anymore. That's just my opinion. But I have a very goddamn good feeling that I am not at all incorrect in that feeling. So have hope for the future. For me, I had a roughly give and take 3 to 4 year relationship. Within 6 months, I'm starting to return to normal after no contact. After about 4 months of no narcissistic forums and stuff, starting to return to normal. Um, you know, these are steps that you're going to have to take eventually. And it's beautiful. It's fucking phenomenal to finally feel like yourself again. Words cannot even fucking describe how good it feels to not care anymore. And that'll be it for today.